Gonna start this off. Welcome to the show.
It's not turntablism. It's not turntablism. It's just what it is.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Things I Hate 8, I'm pretty sure. Good to be here. Got back from Ottawa, whatever it was, this past weekend. It was a pretty good time. Hung out with my homies, my friends. I put together that stupid little video called Maybach Farms. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you haven't, go check it out. It was a sketch I did with my cousin and my buddy Matt Dickey, who is a sick YouTuber. He was on the last fucking Things I Hate. I think I got a pretty good one for you guys today. The first thing that happened to me that is noteworthy is that the other day I had a really intense dream, like a really vivid dream. And I dreamed that I shit my pants, like brutally. And I never, I pride myself on having very good control over my rectum. And I wouldn't see shitting my pants as a possibility for me in the near future. It's just like, I've never had a situation where I'm like, I'm going to shit my pants if I don't find a toilet. It's always like, oh, I'll just hold it more, you know? And so some people talk about shitting their pants like they didn't have a choice. Like, you know, they just couldn't control their sphincter and they had to blast it out, whatever. But personally, I don't have that issue. I'm able to just like fucking tighten it up and good. So the dream was kind of wild because I really like full on. And the dream was hilarious because I was like, for some reason I was like on a bed with like a bunch of cute girls and it was like, what's up, what's up? And then I tried to sneak out a fart because I knew I had some stuff brewing and I just shit all over the bed. And then it was kind of like a teenage party vibe. And I was like, I embarrassed myself, you know, but it was also hilarious because in the dream, I like shit my pants and then I tried to hide it. But of course, like everyone saw immediately. But then after everyone saw, I was like, fuck, this is really embarrassing. And then my next thought was, but at least I can use it in the podcast and talk about it. So even in my fucking sleep, I'm thinking about this thing and about all the things I hate. I got my nice cozy shit on today because it's getting a little fall chilly status in Montreal. Sometimes I take my phone to the bathroom and I'm peeing and I'm holding my phone over the toilet while I'm peeing. And it's like, first of all, just put the fucking phone down, you addict, you stupid idiot. Like, what do I need to check Reddit for the 30 seconds I'm taking a piss? You know, I just have to be entertained all the time. And like, combine with that the fact that if I drop my phone, which is like likely, you know, into the toilet, it's not just me covered in water, it's becoming piss water. And I was just like, why the fuck am I doing this? You know, it's hard to not use your phone these days because like everything's on it, but I gotta figure out a way to become less addicted to my phone and not use it while I'm peeing like some kind of fucking idiot. So yeah. I don't smoke weed that often, but I don't smoke weed pretty much, period, because I like freak out too much. I get too paranoid and shit. But I've been experimenting like tempering it with alcohol because I find that alcohol kind of takes the edge off. And anyway, all that to say, I was getting high with my homeboy the other day, and we finished, and then I'm on my bike and I bike back to my house and I rip down a hill. And I was like, oh, this is why people get high, because it was a fucking blast. But like, really, the thing I want to mention is I'm like high as fuck. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to McDonald's instead of Ubering it because, you know, you save like $1 million if you don't fucking Uber it. And the McDonald's is like right on my bike home. And so I go to McDonald's and I physically enter McDonald's as opposed to Ubering it, which was a huge mistake. Because as soon as I get in there, there is a, I'll say charismatic, very French janitor who is vocalizing passionately his opinions on Habs trade the Montreal Canadiens hockey team and their trades. Two things about me. One, my French is not great. It's passable. And two, I don't give a fuck about sports, hockey included. So I was high as fuck and also pretty hammered trying to figure out those huge fucking tablets that they have in McDonald's now, right? Just squinty eye, like trying to, and then out of fucking nowhere, this guy steps into my vision and he is like, he has a McDonald's outfit on, but he has outfitted it with like various paraphernalia that are useful in janitorial work, like whether it's like a spray bottle hanging off his belt. He has some kind of like ammo chain of I don't know, tissues or some shit like across his chest, like an ammo belt, you know, and he's got keys hanging off him, and he looks like something. He almost looks magical, honestly, kind of like something like a McDonald's janitor in the Harry Potter universe is the best way I can describe him. And he quickly he addresses me in French, which I can barely understand because my French, like I said, is medium, and then I'm also fucked up. And so I kind of do the polite, like, haha, totally, you know, like one of those. And he's like, he takes that as a sign of interest, which was a fucking error on my part. And he starts going off about the trade. And he's like, totally in French. So I can't, he's like, and then he drops some hockey player's name. I don't remember. And I have to just kind of like, And then he keeps just getting right in my face, and I'm high as fuck, and the whole time I'm like, I should have just paid like the fucking $20 to Uber this shit. But anyway, whatever. I got the hamburgers. I got the fuck out of there. It was fine. What a fucking nutcase that guy was. I bet you he's like the best fucking McDonald's janitor ever, though. I bet you he cleans the fuck out of everything. It would be a real bummer to talk to one of the employees and find out like, oh no, like Goche, no, he's a real piece of shit. Or like, oh fuck, let's not use Goche. Richard or Jean. Jean's a common one. Whatever. So yeah, I learned my lesson. I'm never gonna leave my house again. Dude, I was looking at porn. There's so much fucking porn. I can't believe it, man. Like, especially nowadays with OnlyFans, it's like, OnlyFans is great because now the creators are getting the money, whereas like, you know, previously probably a lot of girls in porn, a lot of people in porn were getting taken advantage of. But whatever. There's just so much porn. Like, I bet you it's like there's more porn in the internet than pebbles on a beach or like sand on a beach, something like that. How much porn exists? Fucking Google, man. Google turns off the autocomplete for all the not safe for work stuff. Maybe I have to change the setting or something. Web porn. Just how much is there? Web porn. Just how much is there? Too fucking much. I'll tell you that much. Let's see. This is a funny figure. This is a BBC article. It says one figure cropped up again and again that 37% of the internet is made up of pornographic material, which is kind of a funny sentence because it's like, I guess they mean 30% of the content on the internet. Yeah, okay, yeah. According to estimates from a Scandinavian research center, SINTEF, 90% of all the data the human race has ever produced has been generated in the past 2 years. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. This is kind of speculative. I don't know. It's just like, first of all, I think it's fantastic because, you know, people are getting their rocks off. People are exploring their fetishes. Great. Awesome. But it's like when you go on Pornhub and you see the categories that are like hyper specific, right? They're like midget stepsister fucks her black dad while the neighbors watch, and the neighbors are like deaf, and then the neighbors are also getting abused by a dominatrix at the same time. Like when you get down that specific and you're like, oh man, I'm probably only gonna be 2 videos, and there's like thousands of pages. It's just like, like I don't know. It's just wild. All right. Oh, fuck this stupid thing. Fuck you, stupid ass, shitty parents who are naming your kids Kirstan, Kristen, and Christian. And it's not just this name. It's all those other Stephanie with a PH versus Stephanie with an F. Like, fuck. Even Thomas with an H, Thomas with a no H, Thom York. I just like, but the Kirsten one, that really bothers me because it's like, you're just moving one letter and it just, I don't know why it pisses me off. I think it's because like that name can make a fool of you so easily, where you're like, I'm sorry, what's your name? And they're like Kirstan. And you're like, it could have been, it was Kirsten. It was Kirsten. Kirsten. And you have to be like, is it Kirsten or Kristen? And Kirsten, that I just don't think that rolls off the tongue. Kirstan. Anyway, fuck you if you're named Kirsten, I guess. Or Christian. Christian. The guy I work with is named Christian. He's a nice guy though, so you might have noticed I have a record player. I'm really into music, and I thought getting a record player would be sick and like very wholesome and feel really good. And it does. It feels great to get one, and you play the record and it's a nice experience. You put the record on, it's quiet, you turn it on, it spins, and the crackle through the speakers, and it's very warm sound. It's beautiful, it's magnificent, it's wonderful. But it's also a huge pain in the ass because I didn't really realize this before I got it, which, call me an idiot if you will. But you have to get up after every like 5 songs and walk to the record player and then open up the record player gently, all gently, so you don't fuck up the record. You open up the record player, you lift the needle off gently so you don't scratch it. Then you have to lift up the record gently, flip it, put it back down, and then do all the other steps again that I just said to reset it up. Just so you can listen to another 5 songs. Like, it's kind of fucking ridiculous. And it's a resurgence that is like, it's kind of stupid. I get it, but it's also pretty dumb because not only is the playing it a pain in the ass, but it's like vinyl is heavy as fuck. And so if you want to cart around your whole collection, like if you're moving a lot, get fucked. You also can't stack vinyls horizontally. You have to stack them like this, because if you stack them like this, they can warp and get all fucked up. So it's kind of dumb research. I get caught up in these trends sometimes. Like I recently bought, I was super jazzed about this because I try to be environmentally friendly, and I was noticing, when I'm using disposable razors, there's a lot of waste involved. So I was like, oh, okay, how can I fix this? And I was like, maybe I get a straight razor, and that's too fucking intense. So I got an old school, they're called safety razors, and you take a single razor blade, and the razor blade is not rigid like you may have seen on some other razor blades. It's like bendy, so you can like it's like very thin metal, so you bend it, but the edges are very sharp. You put that inside of a small razor, it's about that big, and the razor's designed such that when you place it inside, it's the edges sit appropriately so that it can shave your face. And the thing is that like, yes, it's like cool, and I get to do like, I even have one of those old fucking brushes to like brush my face, for the shaving cream. Like and like brush it. But I've been cutting my face a lot because it's super sharp and it's not as forgiving when you make errors. And it's also kind of harder to get a good shave. So it's just like, man, I get caught up like, I'm going to get fucking vinyl and it's going to be great. It's really nice sound. And I'm going to get this razor and it's fucking, it'll be good for the environment. And it's the same quality of cutting. Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's fucking not. And it's not. It's not. But it's still pretty good. It's not like total shit. It's just like, after getting caught up in these like old school trends, I realized that there was a reason they were retired, because even if you look at like CDs, like they're way lighter. It's just, I get why they have been left behind. I think that's it. Keep it really short. I don't know what we're at, but yeah, I'll keep it short. Love you guys tons. I'll see you next week. Mwah.